Georgia has always attracted travelers with its history, unique ecosystems, and spectacular views. Dramatic changes in terrain, diverse animal and bird populations, meadows and rare plants, dense forests, rivers, lakes, and waterfalls perfectly blend together, and this harmony makes an unforgettable impression upon those visiting the country. The history of these unique natural monuments originates in remote ages. So-called icon forests, where forest felling and cattle grazing was strictly prohibited, have been maintained in Georgia's mountainous areas up until now. In addition, during the time of the kings, the hunting grounds of the king's court, the king's forest, forest tracts for strategic purposes, etc., were sanctuaries where economic activities were not carried out, and this has helped leave these places intact. Georgia is number 1 in the Caucasus in terms of area of reserves. The first protected area in Georgia was founded in 1912 in Lagodekhi. In 2003, with the purpose to extend protection and develop tourism, 2 protected areas were established within the Lagodekhi Reserve. The Lagodekhi Strict Nature Reserve and the Lagodekhi Managed Reserve. The Lagodekhi protected area lies on the northern slopes of the Caucasus mountain range in the extreme northeast part of Georgia, in the territory of historical Gereti. Being rich in fauna and flora, these places have attracted the attention of botanists and nature enthusiasts as early as since the 1870s. The Lagodekhi State Strict Nature Reserve is situated at an elevation of 3,000 meters. More than 1,500 plant species grow here. 121 of them are endemic to the Caucasus and 9 for Georgia. 7 of the latter species are extremely rare and grow in a protected area in Kakheti. Lagodekhi is famous for its well-preserved forests, most of which are absolutely intact. The reserve has abundant water resources. The main rivers are the Ninos Chevi, the Shromis Chevi, the Lagodekhi Stkhali, and the Matsimis Stkhali. They have their sources in high mountain areas and flow through deep, narrow canyons, forming many spectacular waterfalls, the heights of which in some cases exceed several tens of meters. These swift and clear rivers, which are rich in trout, make the impression upon a visitor to the reserve even more intense and unforgettable. Besides the rivers, there is an abundance of streams and springs in the reserve, including mineral ones. There are a particularly great number of therapeutic springs at the upper border of the forest zone. In Lagodekhi's alpine zone, there are several very beautiful lakes that were formed as a result of glacier thawing. The biggest of them, Shavikode Lake, or Black Cliff Lake, is located on the Russian-Georgian border. The fauna of Lagodekhi Reserve is especially rich and includes a number of endemic and rare species. Among them are 38 species of mammal, 130 species of bird, 12 species of reptile, 7 species of amphibian, and 4 species of fish. Some bird species living here are on the red list of the International Union for Conservation of Nature. In the Lagodekhi region, there are a lot of ruins of pre-Christian dwellings and burial places. There are also many monuments dated to the early Christian period and the Middle Ages, as well as ruins of buildings and bridges of that period. The administration offers several hiking and mountain trails to the visitors coming to Lagodekhi protected area. These are as follows: Lagodekhi Waterfall, the height of which is 67 meters, the 40-meter Gurgeniani Waterfall, Machi Fortress, and Black Cliff Lake. The trail to Lagodekhi Waterfall starts from the administrative center of the protected areas, passes along a footpath on the left bank of the Shromis Chevi River, turns into the canyon, and proceeds further to a road leading to the waterfall. A noisy river can be seen from the footpath. An extraordinary view is revealed at the end: sprays of water, rainbows, and a mass of water falling from monolithic green rocks. As for the Gurgeniani route, visitors start in a car from the administration of the protected areas at Tuzemo Gurgeniani village and then walk along the path leading to the waterfall. On their way, they will meet clear streams flowing down the mountains, and with some luck, some wildlife too. For a trip to Machi Fortress, which was built centuries ago, it is necessary to choose the third route that starts from the administration of the Lagodekhi protected areas and proceeds towards the Benelli Cheoba River. Black Cliff Lake is situated at an elevation of approximately 3,000 meters. The diversity of landscapes, towering waterfalls, deep canyons, alpine lakes, numerous rivers and streams, that is what fascinates visitors to Lagodekhi. Kiziki, a beautiful sanctuary, is situated in the eastern part of Georgia, in Kakheti. Its main point of interest is the Vashlovani Strict Nature Reserve, found between Kakheti's two main rivers, the Yori and the Alazani. Here, the rarest wild incense trees naturally grow at a distance of 15 to 20 meters from each other. Such order and the similarities between the incense tree and the apple tree invite associations with an orchard. The geographical name Vashlovani originates from this association. Vashli means apple in Georgian. The Vashlovani State Nature Reserve was established in 1935. Vashlovani National Park, which was established in 2003, today represents an object of the state's special care. 664 plant species grow in the Vashlovani protected area, of which 40 are endemic to the Caucasus and 5 to Georgia. Up to 100 species of medicinal plants are found in this territory. 40 species of mammal, 135 species of bird, 24 species of reptile, 6 species of amphibian, 16 species of fish, as well as a lot of insects and smaller life forms which inhabit this comparatively small territory. Animals, especially large mammals, have a covert habit of life, and it is more difficult to meet them than the thousands of birds, for most of whom Vashlovani and its surrounding territories are a natural habitat, for the rest, a wintering area and temporary shelter. Vashlovani's abrupt clay ravine edges provide a special view. These are the nesting places for swallows. These places have always attracted researchers and naturalists with the diversity of their flora and fauna. On April 11, 2004, photo traps took 2 wonderful pictures of a young male leopard. It lives in the territory of the Vashlovani Reserve to the present day. The Vashlovani leopard has become a real symbol and a living legend of the national park and all protected areas of Georgia. The spur-thighed tortoise, long-legged skink, bare-eyed lizard, Asian boa, four-lined snake, grass snake, and Lebetina viper can be met in the territory of the reserve. 16 species of fish are found in the Alazani River. The reserve is rich not only in flora and fauna. Historical and cultural monuments dating to the 5th and 6th centuries, such as the Hornabuji Fortress and the Black Mountain Monastic Compound, are located in its territory. Hiking trails are available so that you can see these historical and cultural monuments along with various natural marvels. Another natural marvel, Takhti Tefa, is also situated in the Vashlovani protected area. This volcano is a whitish, flat-crested hill that is permanently gurgling and bubbling. Gas and therapeutic mud gush out of various craters and airways. On the road leading to Eagle Canyon, limestone can be seen. Upon coming closer, you will see that it is the entrance to a most beautiful canyon and an ideal place for birdwatching, one of the most popular kinds of tourism nowadays. There are 2 vehicle tourist routes for visitors, Pantishara, the length of which is 130 kilometers, and Kakliskure, making up 200 kilometers. Following the route, one can see one of Kiziki's main sacred places, St. Elia Mountain. The route also passes Kochebi Lake. The hiking trail, Bear Canyon, starts from Pantishara Canyon. The bare slopes of Bear Canyon prepare a pleasant surprise for visitors. Taking a close look at the sedimentary rock layers, one can easily see well-preserved fossilized sea mollusks. A petrified shoulder blade of a southern elephant sticks out of a clay hill. There are a lot of old and new animal trails on the bare and loamy soil. In addition to vehicle and hiking trails, the National Parks Administration offers rafting down the Alazani River for those who love a thrilling experience. This route is at the same time an awe-inspiring one and will give you a chance to enjoy the natural beauty. The river banks are covered with fine groves and bare slopes bloom beautifully beyond the forest strip. It is noteworthy that at the end of the route, in Mijiniskuri, the National Parks Administration permits sports fishing. Picnic and camping sites are also provided in the reserved territory. In some places, the administration permits certain activities, such as backpacking, overnight stays, and fire making. One of the most beautiful regions of Georgia, Tusheti, is situated in the eastern part of the Caucasus mountain range. This locality represents a real paradise for ethnographers, biologists, photographers, and ordinary adventurers. With the purpose of preserving Tusheti's ecosystem, protecting its flora and fauna, conserving its unique pine and birch forests, Tusheti Reserve was established in 1980, and along with Batsari and Babanuri reserves, it became a part of Akhmeta Reserve. On April 22, 2003, a new reserve covering the entire territory of Tusheti, the Tusheti Protected Area, which includes the Tusheti State Nature Reserve, Tusheti National Park, and the Tusheti Protected Landscape, was established. Tusheti National Park is one of the largest parks in Europe. Its boundaries coincide with the ones of Tusheti itself and, correspondingly, pass along the border of Georgia with the Russian Federation. The area of Tusheti National Park makes up 76,004 hectares. Getting around the national park is possible on foot or horseback, and also by car along a specially marked route. Tusheti's snow-clad peaks, grand mountains, and spacious pastures, unique pine forests, clear streams, and full-flowing rivers are constantly attracting tourists. The sensation from this natural marvel becomes more intense owing to its preserved culture and traditions. Old abandoned villages, and most of which watchtowers dating to the late Middle Ages, are still standing, and balconies with dangling carpets and chintz can still be seen. Tusheti is famous for traditional handicrafts embellished with colored ornamental patterns which are quite popular among visitors. Coming from both Georgia and abroad, carpets, hats, socks, and clothing, Tushetian women make these beautiful articles with naturally dyed wool. The traditional costumes of Tushetian nomads and their summer religious holidays are also very interesting. Tusheti's architecture is also original. Slate houses with covered balconies differ by their roofs from the fortified houses of Khevsurians, Shavs, and Dagestanians. A Tushetian dwelling is covered with a smooth stone gable roof that immediately attracts the visitor's attention. Uncharacteristic of Tusheti, towers with pyramidal roofs built with mortar are well preserved in the Pirikita Alazani community, from Dartlo to Chantio. These fortresses, like the whole of Tusheti, have witnessed a lot of battles, including the ones that took place in the not-so-distant past. Tusheti's biodiversity has been acknowledged all over the world. According to unspecified data, Tusheti is inhabited by up to 60 species of mammals, 120 species of bird, 3 species of reptile, as well as 1 species of amphibian and fish each. These spacious and inaccessible slopes of the Caucasus mountain range are the homeland of the East Caucasian goat. The Caucasian endemic Caucasian snowcock also lives here. Another adornment of Caucasian wildlife, the Caucasian black grouse, lives in the holly thickets. The reserve's fauna is also diverse. More than 1,000 plants have also been described in Tusheti. Tusheti's flora and fauna are integral to its existence, just as the mountains, towers, canyons, legends, sacred places, and people living there, the brave and industrious Tushetians, are. A lot of interesting sights and unforgettable adventures are in store for you here. The administration offers hiking and mountain trails for those visiting Tusheti. The guides here are mainly young, local people. The administration has prepared 1 hiking and 3 mountain trails. All the trails start from Omalo and are designed so that all of Tusheti's sites can be seen. The trail's duration ranges from 2 to 5 days. The best time to visit is in the summer. Bodromi Kharagauli National Park is the first national park in the Caucasus, and its territory makes up 75,928 hectares. Bodromi Kharagauli National Park is situated in the central part of Georgia, at a distance of 160 kilometers from Tbilisi. From February 1, 2007, this park is included as one of the protected territories of Europe, which is a guarantee of the highest level of protection of these territories and the development of tourism in them. Intact mountain forests, numerous endemic and relic species of flora, rivers, and riverheads, the rarest representatives of fauna, most of which are on the red list, subalpine and alpine meadows, create unique views. In the national park and in the territories adjacent to it, visitors can familiarize themselves with numerous significant historical and natural monuments. Bodromi Kharagauli National Park is famous for its well-preserved forests, most of which are absolutely intact. Forests occupy 80% of the territory here. This territory is rich in rivers and springs. There are many mineral springs here. Numerous endemic and relic species of flora and rarest representatives of fauna are found in subalpine and alpine meadows.